Hi everyone and welcome back to Gunpla TV. I hope everyone enjoyed our Real Grade special last episode. If you have a comment about the Real Grade or if you built it yourself, please let us know because we want to know what you think. And now it's time to hit the Master Grade as selected by you, the viewer. There's a lot of votes out for which Master Grade you want to see built. So now's the time. We're going to do it. We're going to build your Master Grade kits. Let's go get them. All right. The full Armor Gundam. This is the one that garnered the most votes. Most people said they wanted to see it, but there were a few people who said they wanted to see another Gundam, so I decided, hey, why not build both? The Wing Gundam. That's right. We're doing two. All right, I've taken my place in the HobbyLink workshop, and before I get onto the Master Grades that you guys have selected, I want to talk about what we have back here, this mountain of Gunpla. I have the Real Grade, and as you can see, we have the new V-Gundam that just came in this last week. These are part of the prize packages for the Playing with Plastic Gunpla competition at HobbyLink Japan. There's still a few weeks left, so get your entries in soon. And now it's time for the Master Grade. I mentioned before how we're doing two kits. That's not quite true, but I'll explain. The MG Wing Gundam that most people wanted to see, we're not going to be building for Gunpla TV. What I'm going to be doing is building this on my own time, and I'll do a write-up for the HobbyLink TV blog entry, and you can see it there and view the pictures and follow along that way. For TV, the full Armor Gundam. I know some people are very vocal about wanting to see this built, and I can't argue with you because I want to do it. So let's see what's inside. Lots of stuff here. We'll look at the manual after. What's new to this 2.0 MG Gundam? I think, for the most part, it's the full armor pieces. These actually go on after you assemble the entire mech. You'll build the kit just like you would the 2.0 RX-782 or RX-783, and afterwards you put the armor on. How do you attach the armor? Well, Bandai has supplied us with what they call gel strips. You cut these into small pieces, and they're like double-sided tape. You stick them onto the armor piece, and then you put them onto the mech. This will be what you will see near the very end of the build. And as you can see, runners upon runners. I've already cheated and opened up the plastic bag, so let's see what's actually inside. We've got our marking stickers. I don't really plan on using any of the stickers because next week Bandai is releasing their water slides, and that's what we'll be using for these Gundams. Lots of frame parts, frame and weapon parts. This is unique to this kit. It's the big cannon that sits atop his shoulder. Normally in this MG Gundam you'll get a beam rifle, a shield, and a couple of beam sabers, but that's not the case with this Gundam. You'll still get two sabers, but you get the big cannon, and there's no shield, and I'm a little bit disappointed with that, so I'm going to do something about that on my own. Clear stand for the core fighter, and the last of the armor pieces and the weapon. So we're going to build this in segments. So the first part today, what I'm going to be working on is the first part of the manual, which shows how to build the core fighter. So that's what I'm going to do next. And then the next time, we'll work on the torso and the head, and then so on and so forth until we get the entire mech done. All right, I'm going to get started. All right, so I've already gone through the manual. I know what to expect. And in preparation, I've taken out the runners that I'm going to use. And for today, I'm just building the core fighter. And there's lots of really small pieces that it's possible I can lose, so I have to be very careful. So first off, I have my runners, and I take out what I need. Now, don't throw away these plastic bags. Keep them, and then when you are assembling or disassembling pieces, you can put them back inside, and you have enough plastic bags, you can actually divide the pieces by the sections that you will need for the robot, legs, arms, body, and things like that, and weapons. It's very helpful when it comes to painting and things like that. We'll get to that later. All right, first off, it says take A10, so I'm going to take A10. A10. Oh, I'm right here. Don't go out of the shot. Don't go out of the shot. There's lots of small pieces and they fit together very intricately, and there's almost no room for error. So I'm going to trim as I go, for the most part. Say no to nubs. Alright, so I've got the first part off. The build has started. I've cleaned up some nubs with my hobby knife. You have to be very careful because these pieces fit really close together and some nubs might actually interfere with the transforming mechanism. So off we go to the next few pieces. These are going to be the wings on the core fighter. Now these parts are very, very tricky, and I know that I need to clean this up a little bit better. Take your knife here, go back and forth. That's small. If you've built any of the new 2.0 RX-782, RX-783, you'll know ahead of time what to expect from this little core fighter. And although it's small and there's only a few pieces, it's still a bit of a challenge. The sprues on these, the gates on these are pretty large. And this mark is pretty noticeable, so most definitely I'm going to be cleaning this up. Now one thing on the manual you'll notice, if I can get it in the shot here, is this little Japanese katakana, and this actually says paching, which means that when you put it in, it's going to make this snapping noise. It's going to snap in, and once that's in, it's going to be really difficult to take out, so you have to be very careful you get in there properly the first time. Almost there. So after 15 minutes or so, I have a completed core fighter. Now, this also includes wheels, so it can stand on these wheels, but Bandai has also included for you this transparent frame stand. You can put him on here, and there you are. He stands up. But this thing also transforms because it's supposed to fit into the mech. So to do that, you have to be very careful, but you fold in the wings and then you slowly, just by pushing this down, this tail should tuck in, and you have your core block. He's ready to go. He's ready to go inside the mech, but it's not built yet, so we got to work on that next time. That about wraps up the core fighter. I think it took me about 50 minutes to assemble it, which is probably longer than it should have, but I wanted to be very careful. I don't want to break any of these pieces because of the transformation mechanism involved. Next up, the manual indicates that we were going to be working on the body unit. And the body unit has some excellent articulation for the arms and shoulders. I hope you look forward to seeing that. And if there's enough time, we're also going to be building the head. That shouldn't take very long at all. Now, if I made a mistake somewhere along the line, and I probably did, be sure to let me know. If you have any other comments you want to say or write, or anything you want to suggest, please let me know. I'm always open to your comments. And until next time, we'll see you later.